Hello guys, welcome to my second blog. So today we will talk about basically about money control. Okay, money control and basically about the game of like game of prediction. So you must have installed money control app by now, or you must have money control icon on your app on your phone, as I've asked you, in the last video. Okay, so basically, this money control thing and this game of prediction, goes hand in hand. You know, uh, when you open the money control, website, there you can see the global market section. That is, according to me, one of the most important section which drives the whole market. Whether it is in India or around the world. So one of the main indicators in that section, it is SGX Nifty. So basically, it is Nifty future trading in Singaporean index. Okay. You can read about SGX Nifty, elsewhere as well, on various YouTube channels or on various sites. So basically, starting of the day, around 8 a.m. in the morning, you can around or at around 8:30, you can check whether that SGS Nifty thing, it is in plus or minus. By how much points it is in plus, by how much points it is in minus. You know, depending upon that, you can predict. Now that is where the gamer prediction comes. You can predict that Nifty opens at a Nifty opens at a plus note. Okay, and if that SGS Nifty is slightly bit on a negative note, there's a drop in that SGS Nifty, so it means that Nifty will open at a negative note. But and it doesn't mean that if Nifty opens at a positive note, it doesn't mean that Nifty will remain positive throughout the day. It can go down as well, but you can predict, and the starting of the Nifty based on the SGS Nifty, thing. Before the start of the market, market start at 9:15. You can predict it at around 8:30. Whether Nifty will open at a positive note or on a negative note, based on how much SGS Nifty changed in the last 24 hours. Whether whether it has turned positive or negative. So basically, suppose SGS Nifty, turns positive and and there's a change of 100 points. So it means Nifty will open at a positive note. So accordingly, you can set your trade. You can set your orders accordingly. Like in the previous day, suppose you have in fee share of you can say you have 100 shares at the at 1200. Okay, and based on if Nifty opens at a positive note, so and there's a change of 100 points in that Nifty, in that HS Nifty. So you can set up an order, to book profit on the Infi share on a much bigger scale, like and on the previous day you bought 100 shares of Nifty at around 1200. So you can set up an order to sell shares on the next day of at 1300, those 100 shares. So you can book the profit of 100 into 100, that is 10,000. So suppose if that SGS Nifty changes by just 50 points, you can set up an order accordingly. How much Nifty will open at 9:15, and depending upon that, how much profit you can book. So basically, it is just game of prediction, by how much plus point the Nifty opens, and that depends on SGS Nifty. Basically, how much percentage change is there in SGS Nifty, at around 8:30 or 8 o'clock, and depending upon that, you can set up an order, a aftermarket order at around 8:30 or 8:45. You can have that profit margin. You can have a less profit margin if you think that Nifty will open at a less profit, less positive note. If you think Nifty will open at a more positive note, so basically in that case you can have a more profit margin. You can have an aftermarket order at a much higher range. So in that way you can put up a order in the aftermarket, at around between 8 and 9 am, and that order will get executed, whenever that share price touch that point. And suppose uh, suppose in the other way, if you think that Nifty will open on a negative note, so in that case, basically, you can wait for the Nifty to open, and wait for the Nifty to go down, and your favorite shares to go down, a little bit, and then buy those buy those your favorite shares at a like down point. So whenever those shares will go up, you can book the profit. So basically, depending upon the HS Nifty movement, you can predict. That's the game of prediction. You can predict whether Nifty will open at a higher, on a much bigger positive note, or a less bigger positive, on a less bigger positive note, or a neutral, or on a decline mode. And accordingly, you can set up your order, whether you want to book the profit instantly when the market opens at positive note, or you can, with the market opens at a negative note, so you can just wait and let the market open, and when your favorite shares goes down, you can book the shares at a lesser price, and then book profit later in the day or next day. So do comment about my videos, and if any questions about the previous video or this video, and about SGS Nifty or any other market question, to let me know, and I will try to respond in my next video. Thank you. Till then, bye.